Yes, my friends, so this is your boy Andy Maandi. Catch me every Thursday 2 p.m. Konala with the Broskies of Sotra, brought to you by Share Radio. We are fixing the country.
Have you ever wondered who's responsible for fixing the country? Of course. Join us every Thursdays at 2 p.m. as the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country one topic at a time.
You are safe with us. Send your voice note on 061 524 7758 and let your big brothers take care of you.
Hey my friends, this is your boy Creative Skatli, your favorite TikToker. Please catch Share Online Monday to Friday weekdays on all social media platforms.
Bengeza kwaye phuhlisa ishishini lakho nathi apha eShare Online. Sebenzisa ezinkcukacha zilandelayo ukusifumana 078 281 0681 okanye usithumelele email ku ads@shareonline.co.za.
Depression and suicide are serious issues that affect many people. If you're feeling alone or hopeless, know that you are not alone. There are people who care about you and want to help. If you're struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts, there are resources available to help you. The South African Depression and Anxiety Group offers a 24-hour toll-free emergency helpline for suicide crisis support. Call them on 0800 567 567. Remember, you're not alone. There is hope and help is available.
You know you want to join the Creative Corner every Tuesday, where we vibe with the coolest creators.
But nah, you are too busy catching up on Umkosi, celebrity news and the headliners on the Trusted Talk Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Embrace your feminine side with the ladies of Sisterhood Thursdays at 11 a.m. talking about everything women go through.
Join Amachita, Amahrotmane, the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country one topic at a time. Thursdays at 2 p.m.
Get ready to spice up your sex life on the 8th hour every Thursday at 8 p.m. where we get down and dirty with the hottest topics. It's all things sex.
Start the weekend early with the feel-good vibes of Kasi Lifestyle Show Fridays at 2 p.m. Put on your dancing shoes, feel the music and connect with the best artist Mzansi has to offer.
And if you're still not satisfied, you can learn a thing or two about living wild, young and free with Ama2K Saturdays at 11 a.m.
And for all you bookworms, relax your Saturday with On Writing at 2 p.m. where you can learn from the best writers and storytellers.
All this and more on Share Radio, the place to be.
I'm Slim Makoya, you're listening to Share Radio. That's in.
Real quick, hey, why when I follow Muntuame? Hey, buddy, let me why when I follow Muntuame? Why when I follow Muntuame? Why when I follow Muntuame? Hey, buddy, let me why when I follow Muntuame? Why when I follow Muntuame? Hey, buddy, let me why when I follow Muntuame? Why when I follow Muntuame? Hey, buddy, let me why when I follow Muntuame? Why when I follow Muntuame? Hey, buddy, let me why when I follow Muntuame? Uthola ukuthi unenyuku, unemali, unocash. Hengi tusipana kamnandi. Uthola ukuthi unenyuku, unemali, unocash. Hengi tusipana kamnandi. wena for umuntu wami bekuthi makudlala mina bangifake kumute bajavela ingoma zaka Ice Cube beka bonke sebasuthi bathi mina ngisebenzisa umuthi sebe mamelu choose basethi igama lami na ku iTunes bathi biki ngithi iTunes phethu Knox man what I do we gunman bizumdu bathi why wena for umuntuza we mahasman awulalela amahotman bathi why wena for umuntu wami bathi why wena for umuntu wami
know you want to join the Creative Corner every Tuesday, where we vibe with the coolest creators.
But nah, you are too busy catching up on Umkosi, celebrity news, and the headliners on the Trusted Talk Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Embrace your feminine side with the ladies of Sisterhood Thursdays at 11 a.m. talking about everything women go through.
Join Amachita, Amahrotmane, the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country, one topic at a time, Thursdays at 2 p.m.
Get ready to spice up your sex life on the 8th hour every Thursday at 8 p.m. where we get down and dirty with the hottest topics. It's all things sex.
Start the weekend early with the feel-good vibes of Kasi Lifestyle Show Fridays at 2 p.m. Put on your dancing shoes, feel the music, and connect with the best artist Mzansi has to offer.
And if you're still not satisfied, you can learn a thing or two about living wild, young, and free with Ama2K Saturdays at 11 a.m.
And for all you bookworms, relax your Saturday with On Writing at 2 p.m. where you can learn from the best writers and storytellers.
All this and more on Share Radio, the place to be.
You're listening to Share Radio, the best online visual radio station in town. Tune in now and enjoy the best music from around the block. This is Share Radio.
Yes, Bafethu, this is your boy Andy Maandi. Catch me every Thursday 2 p.m. Khona with the Broskies of Sotra, brought to you by Share Radio. We are fixing the country.
Have you ever wondered who's responsible for fixing the country? Of course, join us every Thursdays at 2 p.m. as the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country one topic at a time.
You are safe with us. Send your voice note on 061 524 7758 and let your big brothers take care of you.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, this is the Broskies of Sotra. I welcome you to the world of Amakrotman, the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country one topic at a time. I go by the name Black Manning, the peacemaker, the great messenger of all time. Was the time right now, 10 minutes after 2 afternoon. I welcome you to the world of Amakrotman. If you tune in, that means you trust us to deliver nothing but the best here on the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country one topic at a time. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. If you receive good news, congratulations. If you receive bad news, I'm sorry. May the good Lord strengthen you. If you're going through the hard time, remember that tomorrow comes after the dark. I'm not alone here on studio. I'm with one of the best here at Share Online. And also, we have a guest. But first, I'd like to give my co-host to introduce himself and tell me, my man, how are you?
Indeed, man. Thank you so much for the nice introduction, by the way. My name is Moeketsi Maimane, excellent Seba, the one and only maximum temperature. Right here on the Broskies of Sotra. You know that we are dedicated into delivering and making sure that the country is fixed with the information that you guys need to be kept informed. As you know that we are Share Online on each and every social media platforms. Right now we are live on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook. You can simply leave down your comment down below while we're going to be having our esteemed guest for today's show. If you want to ask any questions, do make sure that you do and follow those instructions. And if you want to call us, the number to call is 061 524 7758. 061 524 7758. As you have said, Uguti, we have an esteemed guest right here.
True.
Let us not waste any time and give it to Mr. LINNO to introduce himself to our viewers and tell us who he is and what does he do. Mr. LINNO, sir.
Thank you. What a great welcome. Thank you, guys. I'm not as apt as you guys at introducing myself. I'll do my best. I'm not a radio pro. My name is LINNO, and I do suicide prevention. It is something that's well needed in the country. So I opened up an NPO called Safe Talk. And we are all about educating people on suicide prevention and suicide awareness and getting rid of stigma that surrounds it. And we want to have this conversation. It's always an elephant in the room, and we need to get rid of that elephant and be able to talk about this more freely and openly in order to help people. And that's basically what I do.
Yeah, definitely. We can't wait, to get in deep with you with the conversation, and we're still waiting for Mr. DIKAANA MTHOMBEN, in which he is going to be joining us in the next few minutes. Just to, you guys to take us through, how you've met and what do you do, together. So, man, are you interested, man, in this
Very,
one?
very interested. It's one of my very enthusiastic topic. I'm very much enthusiastic about this topic, and it's very, at some point, I believe it is very sensitive.
Look, it is a sensitive issue. It's an issue that we don't want to talk about. I mean, sometimes I come into very positive environments, and it's like, oh, here's the guy that's going to talk about suicide. The workshops aren't down and dark. All right, it's actually quite enlightening, and we do have humor. We as South Africans need humor in order to get through our days and weeks. But it is a sensitive topic. But it's also very sensitive only because we don't speak about it a lot. And I think the more we speak about it and the more open the dialogue is, the less sensitive it will become. And that's one of the things we do in our workshops. Let's talk about it. Ask the questions. Approach people. If someone has arthritis, for instance, we're okay to say, hey, how's the arthritis going? How are you feeling? But if someone has mental health issues, we don't go and ask, how are you doing today? How's the mentality today? How are you feeling today? Are you up? Are you down? What's going on? We don't do that, and we need to be able to do that.
And for viewers at home, if you wanna get in touch with Mr. MULLER, right?
Yeah, LINNO is good. LINNO.
LINNO. Please do go to their website www.safetalk.co.za.
That's right.
That's where you'll find them and have a safe space to talk with them regarding the suicidal prevention. Right?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Miller, I just want to ask the first question.
Speak.
Do you have someone you talk to? The reason I'm asking this question, I believe you remember the legendary actor who is Patrick Shy.
Patrick Shy.
Patrick Shy. He opened an organization of Khuluma Ndoda. It means men should speak.
Yes.
Let men speak. And at the end of his life, he decided to take his own life. So that's why I'm asking you, do you have someone to talk to as you are telling people how to prevent suicide? You get what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. So as it's a topic that, I speak about it every single day. So yes, I do take the strain sometimes, and I listen to a lot of people. So I do have my close family, which is very understanding of the job that I'm doing, and they understand where I'm coming from. So yes, I do have someone that I open up to, and I would like to practice what I preach. So I can't be teaching people on all the prevention methods and awareness methods, and then keep it to myself. And it's a common stigma that men don't talk. If we talk statistics, 75% of suicides are male. And that is also, it could be a cultural thing, and we're talking a huge collective cultural thing. We're not talking cultural to South Africa, we're talking worldwide, where there's a lot of pressure on men, and men are always told to be the strong one. Be tough, be a man. What's the combination? Take it like a man, be a man, don't act like a girl, and so that's not to say that women are not at risk, because 25% are ladies, but it goes deeper than just men don't talk. Women do attempt suicide almost as much as men do. They just don't have the lethal means. Let's put it this way, they're not as successful at it. And this time success is not meant as a positive thing, you know. So yes, we do also have to look after the ladies.
Definitely. Before we get deep into the conversation, we see that Mr. DIKAANA MTHOMBEN is right here. So we're just going to give him a moment to join us. Let's take a short break so that he can join us. Please stay tuned right here to the Broskies of Sotra, where we are fixing the country today. We are going to be discussing important stuff that speaks to a lot of men out there. So let's take a short break and then we involve anyone in this conversation. Definitely. Let's take a short break.
You know you want to join the Creative Corner every Tuesday, where we vibe with the coolest creators.
But nah, you are too busy catching up on Umkosi, celebrity news, and the headliners on the Trusted Talk Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Embrace your feminine side with the ladies of Sisterhood Thursdays at 11 a.m. talking about everything women go through.
Join Amachita, Amahrotmane, the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country, one topic at a time. Thursdays at 2 p.m.
Get ready to spice up your sex life on the 8th hour every Thursday at 8 p.m. where we get down and dirty with the hottest topics. It's all things sex.
Start the weekend early with the feel-good vibes of Kasi Lifestyle Show Fridays at 2 p.m. Put on your dancing shoes, feel the music, and connect with the best artist Mzansi has to offer.
And if you're still not satisfied, you can learn a thing or two about living wild, young, and free with Ama 2K Saturdays at 11 a.m.
And for all you bookworms, relax your Saturday with On Writing at 2 p.m. where you can learn from the best writers and storytellers.
All this and more on Share Radio, the place to be.
You're listening to Share Radio, the best online visual radio station in town. Tune in now and enjoy the best music from around the block. This
Yes,
is
my
Share
friends, this is your
Radio.
boy Andy Maandi. Catch me every Thursday 2 p.m. Khona with the Broskies of Sotra, brought to you by Share Radio. We are fixing the country. Ungathasikjelanga atsiye kadas.
Have you ever wondered who's responsible for fixing the country? Of course. Join us every Thursdays at 2 p.m. as the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country one topic at a time. Atsiye kada.
You are safe with us. Send your voice note on 061 524 7758 and let your big brothers take care of you.
Oh yes. This is the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country one topic at a time. I go by the name Black Manning, the peacemaker, the great messenger of all time. And I'm not alone. I'm with Mr. LINNO and Mr. MTHOMBEN. Mr. MTHOMBEN, how are you, my good sir? Yeah, how? Please tell us, how do you know Mr. LINNO? Let's hear it from you. Yeah,
we go way back with LINNO when he was still a trainer at Virgin Active, and he reached out and he was like, "No, I see the work that you guys are doing,
right?
And I want to give back to the program."
Yeah.
And from that time on, we just clicked, and he's been a brother since then. I thought I'd lost him when he went to the UK.
Yeah. We're still getting to that, right? I'll tell you more about it. Yeah, no.
But no, Africa was calling his name, and when he got back, he jumped right back into changing their lives again, which is the main reason why me and him click.
Yeah.
He really wants to make a positive change on the ground.
Yeah.
But I'd like to thank you for have giving hope to us, to men. As remember on the 1st of November, when we entered November here on Broskies of Sotra, we were talking that this month is all about Movember. It means mental health to all men out there, you know. So with this conversation that is happening right now, it feels like a blessing to me. We're about to give all men out there that this is a Movember that we were talking about.
Yeah, it's a men's conference, man.
It is.
You need to talk now. You need to talk because it is very interesting. You know, before the break, how you spoke up, about your association with Mr. DIKAANA. You know, so I think now the first question is, we want to hear from Mr. DIKAANA. You know, Guti. You know, for someone who is watching right now who doesn't know you, can you please give them a brief explanation of who you are and what do you do?
Okay, so my name is DIKAANA MTHOMBEN from Eshawela. Born there, grew up there. I started playing squash. It was 2003, and it was by chance. I mean, I didn't even know what squash was, and I was forced by my teacher to play squash. And after the funding ran out, kids came to my house because they knew me as a squash guy. But we need to start playing, and I started coaching. And from there, we founded an organization called the Goalie Squash, which I'm a co-founder of now and the CEO. And what we do is we take children from Soweto inner city and we teach them the game of squash. And as a result, then they get scholarships and we help them with academics and they also do leadership and entrepreneurship programs.
Yeah.
So it's a more holistic program now. And whenever I do talks, I always say squash saved my life. Because for me, everything around me, like Peshawel was saying, not going to be anything, chief. You know, and whenever I'd share my dreams with like, I know, not happening. But then it created that bubble for me. I met friends, I met people who travel. And for me, that was my outlet. I mean, a lot of the friends I grew up with passed away, or they're doing drugs and all sorts of things. And this touches again heavily on the mental health. Like, who do we talk to? Who, you know, how do we? But I call in daughter, like he's saying, you know. And we grow up in those situations where we're around abuse, alcohol, and it's all trauma. That's all. It touches on mental health. And when he came back and he was like, "This is what we're doing," I was like, on the spot, we have to do this. One, myself as well, because there are certain things you think it's your personality. That I know it's trauma. You know, you shower, you know, so you don't even know how to express yourself. Because but hey, as a child. So a lot of it is trauma, and if we're not careful, then we reproduce that trauma.
Definitely, because my next question, you know, before we come to you, Mr. LINNO, you know, it speaks to, you know, this sport being part of, you know, the community. Is sport something that can really help people, you know, to, you know, embrace what they're going through in general? Or it can be something that someone can go through the mental issues while they are playing sports. So what is, you know, the common issue when we look around it?
That's a great question, and please stop me when I talk too much. I usually have the ladies I work with like, okay, enough now. But for sure, like I said, for me and for a lot of the kids, when they come through the squash courts, or whether it's netball when we're doing netball season, because for me we started the squash, but now we're just doing sports in general. Because I really believe in what Mandela said when he said sports has the power to change the world. And for me, it was a living testament. I mean, I wasn't always like this, you know. Now they send me all over the place to look for funding or to go and present and all sorts of things. It's man getting like us, Eshawela, Evwani. I mean, I remember my English teachers funding Shakespeare because we didn't understand English. And now here I am, English. But all of that is through sports. Because then I went in there and they're like, it's okay to be who you are. And for me, that was a form of therapy, because it's not a thing in the black community. You talk about these things. I mean, I remember a friend of mine, Bambizo therapy manje, because he went where those guys used to come to high school and say, who needs help? And he went for therapy.
Raise hand, now they're naming you.
Now you're therapy.
Now he's gonna get bullied, right? And that leads to worse mental health issues, right?
For sure.
So my next question is, you know, for me, they say men should talk, you know, and for me, I'm like, to me, in my own understanding, my own opinion, please correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct me. I say men shouldn't talk. It's not in our genes. That's how I understand. Men should not talk, but instead they should find an outlet how to deal with their mental health on their outlet.
Yep, it's a good statement. I mean, we can't force someone to talk if they're not ready to talk. If we find a positive point for you, then use that positive point. If it's drawing a picture that helps, then draw that picture. Why should we tell you to talk if drawing the picture, for instance, or playing squash or whatever it is, if that's an outlet for you, we encourage you to do what works for you. It's not to say that we're going around and forcing everyone to talk. I mean, even as individuals, we're different. You have introverts and extroverts. To get an introvert to talk is making the person even more uncomfortable than they are, and especially to talk about a sensitive topic. So yes, we do find a point of hope, and you should do that. You know, you should participate in whatever it is that gives you that hope.
All right, gentlemen, I want us to talk right now.
Shall we not paint some pictures?
What really creates, you know, the suicidal thoughts in a person?
I'll give you a short answer. And we were speaking, and I used the word like 30 seconds ago. It's hopelessness. If there is no more hope and no more inspiration, and you feel worthless and there's no point in going on, That is the main thing. And I mean, we can cut that into many categories. And where that comes from, it can come from actual mental health issues, where you've been diagnosed with bipolar or schizophrenia or whatever issue it is. But suicidal people are not only suicidal because of a diagnosed mental health condition. It can come through trauma. It can come through adverse childhood experiences. It can come through current experience. So there's so many variables. That it would be very difficult to touch on, but basically it's hopelessness, because someone who's willing to take their life cannot see a way out.
That's very deep, because as I was saying before, I wonder what happened to the legendary Patrick Shah. Patrick Shah, I was asking Mr. LINNO, does he have anyone that he talks to? Because Mr. Patrick Shire opened an organization that says Kuluma Ndoda. But at the end of his life, he decided to take his own life. And I was like, how do you take your own life, whereas you said man should speak?
Yes.
Well, what kind of example are you giving us,
Yeah.
But I want to give it to you, the question, Mr. Mthombeni. Do you have anyone that you talk to? Someone, this is my shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, but as you guys would know, Ekasi, it's not a thing to. It's not a safe space. I mean, we must come back to a bit of reality of where we are, especially in Soweto, because we really don't talk. I can have friends, but we don't really talk about it as much as like a Kulumandot. But we suffer in silence. And I know the suicide is on the extreme side of things. And Mina, I'm more this side. I don't even want to get to that point. And this is why then someone like LINNO comes, he talks to the coaches so that you can spot the signs early. Because we never really want to get to that point where someone they're like doing self-harm. But to tell you the truth, a lot of people are going through a lot. We've got
funny story, if I can. I was coaching one of his coaches. We did a workshop, and we were speaking exactly about, we need to talk, and as men we need to talk. And there were ladies in the class and men in the class, and this guy said, I feel this way, but there's no way in my culture that I'm going to talk to another man about this. So I said to him, well, there's many ladies here. Why don't you speak to one of the ladies? Is this because if I speak to one of the ladies, 2,000 ladies will know my problem,
Which is true. I think that's our fear. It's our fear. We can't really open up like that. And if you think about it, we've got the highest unemployment rate amongst the youth in the world. People are going through the most. And this age of social media doesn't help, because we post like everything is okay. And then we know our reality, it's not. Now we've got this standard to uphold and all sorts of things. So I think this is a very important topic. And I think as South Africa, I'll speak for South Africa, we're still way behind. I mean, I was in a call yesterday with a few other organizations who do a similar work. And listening to them, they've got like a first responder for someone who spots these things. For us in the schools and all of that, that's non-existent, And I think we should really take it seriously and actually see as an into in our communities. And just lastly, I'm aware of the things we do, LINNO, but we go in the communities, they almost think like we're encouraging. But it's okay. We know in our culture when someone hangs himself, we are shower. You must never shower.
We're breaking the chaos.
We don't see it as a medical or mental condition. Like, but and all of that. But we never want to put ourselves in that person's shoes and like understand maybe it's a mental thing, if we're treated or spotted earlier, but hey, we miss the signs, and I'll tell you, I voice out,
But even if I may also say, it's not just an African culture, okay? In sort of white European cultures, it stopped some time ago, but it stemmed from there. So in the medieval times and early 1900s, if you died by suicide, the state would come and chase your kids and wife out of their house and take over. You weren't allowed to be buried as a Christian. You were buried in the outskirts of graveyards. You weren't allowed to have a tombstone. Sometimes your body was cut open, your insides taken out. You were tied to the back of a horse and dragged through town. So don't think that this is just an African thing. I mean, yes, it's changed in Europe quite a bit. But this is where stigma comes from. You know, this is where it comes from. So it's not just an African.
Right.
It's a way of reprimanding people, right?
Yeah. You know, there's no religion that says it's okay to do this, right? But remember, we're not here to talk about whether you're sinning or not. We're here to make sure you don't do it. Or let's not, we cannot make sure of it, but we can educate ourselves and other people to not do it. So I'm often faced with the argument and says, yeah, but you're going against religions. I'm not going against religions. I'm actually for it. So whatever religion you are, whether you're Jewish, Muslim, Christian, you're not it's not allowed. But we are not here to judge, and we're not here to form opinions about it. We are here to help you as an individual. And that's what it's about.
Yeah, definitely. Let me tap into my socials right now. On YouTube, I have a question from Refilo Rasekhanto asking, can I ask, how do I deal with the suicidal thoughts? Because I have been having them a lot lately.
Okay, the first thing, it's great that she's admitting that, and thank you for saying that, and especially saying that on social media. So thank you very much, Refilwe.
Yeah, Refilwe.
The best thing to do is speak to someone, phone someone, tell them about your thoughts, and let them guide you through. As I said, we are not counselors, right? We are, like DIKAANA mentioned the phrase, first responders. We have to see in people, and we have to make them feel comfortable in us speaking to them and having them reach out to someone. But long-term help, like Refilwe needs to phone someone like SADC, and get counseling, and maybe we need to find out what it is. Is it a mental condition? Is it trauma? And a counselor will be able to help with that and refer to the right people. And thank you for reaching out and asking that question. It's brave of you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Refule, for that. And then moving on, we have Banele Mni saying, I have a question regarding mild depression. What is it, and at what point does it become serious?
Oh, that's a good question, and it's I mean, we can answer that in many ways. Depression is not a normal condition, so it all depends. We have a thing called ACEs. It's an American study which stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences. We have 10 ACEs, and it's actually worked out if you have so many of these ACEs or 6 ACEs, it increases your risk of mental health. And so it's not just a question that can be answered on the radio. It would also need counseling, and speak to a counselor so we can find out where the depression comes from. I mean, there are so many different approaches. We've got holistic approaches where if it's mild depression, one can start exercising, read some books and that. But we can't rely on that. It's a very intricate problem to have, and it needs to be dissected. And once you dissect it, like, we don't know if there is a mental health condition. Is it temporary? Is it long-term? Does it stem from childhood? Where does it come from? So to answer that on the radio or via that would almost be impossible. But please always seek counseling, seek help, and they'll be able to point you in the right direction. Do we need to go on medication, or is it just something that exercise and good food can cure, or so, that's where I can go with that.
More, I'm thinking about the comment that Refilwe said, how can he find help? The way I see it in our community, it's easy to find help. But the problem is with our parents. They are very much, I don't know, in their generation, they know how to seek help. And even today, when you say, Mom, I've got mental health, to them, it's something new to them. They don't understand. And they'll be like, you know what is mental? They don't even try to say, what is mental health? They don't give care with it. What is mental health, So I'm thinking of this comment, how do you approach such situations of Refilwe? She can find help, it's fine. But how can we advise her parents ukuthi Refilo is facing this and this, how can they support Refilo?
Man, old school parents are
Yeah.
tough, right?
Yeah.
It's really tough. And I had this conversation in one of the workshops the other day. I went to, I think it was Kliptown Secondary School,
Yeah.
where they had a suicide a few months ago, and I educated the teachers. And obviously we have, there's some great teachers, and there's some old school teachers, you know, like those that want to beat things out of you, you know. Not that we're doing that, and none of those teachers are doing that. And the question that we did have was, why are we educating kids different? Why are kids so sensitive nowadays compared to us? I mean, I myself didn't know about all the sensitivity and mental health growing up. We grew up very differently, and I think the world has shrunk, right? And if there was a crime, whether it was a rape or a shooting or a natural disaster, as kids we didn't know about this because we had no social media, we had no WhatsApp, we had no internet, right? Now if something happens, right, it can happen across the world and it affects you. If there's a natural disaster and a kid is watching TV or goes on the internet and sees people dying and people starving and all these disasters and traumas, it affects you. So that's where a whole lot of the sensitivity, it's overload, it's information overload, it's trauma overload, which we didn't have growing up. I mean, if the neighbor got robbed next, like 3-4 streets away, we might have known about it. But we didn't know anything that happened, you know, a kilometer or two away. So we were sort of protected from that. Call it great ignorance, you know, ignorance is bliss, but we didn't know about it, so we didn't have to deal with it. Imagine all the trauma that kids growing up have to deal with now just because of the internet.
Yeah. Before I ask this question from Nomteto Pili, so please stay up, hold right there. I think it's for you, Mr. LINNO. But right now I want to come to Mr. DIKAANA, right? So I just want to ask you, Guti, what are the most common challenges have you ever faced? Dealing with kids who come from different backgrounds.
Yeah, no, it's rough there. So with the kids we work with, they come from the worst of backgrounds. I mean, a lot of them. Just to give you an idea, I remember 2 years ago we went to visit a child. Yeah. And she had potential.
Can you please?
So we went to visit her in a city.
Yeah.
And this building that's burnt down. And we went to the basement. She lives with a blind mom and blind dad, and their uncle. Ababoni. So Magabi eskolweni, usually she takes them to the robots to go and beg. So the only time she gets to be a child is when she's in our program. But if you don't have people like LINNO come in, you'll miss the signs. Like, I know she's quiet, it means she's okay. Or maybe she's too loud, low, she's fine, she can't have problems. Or maybe that she's calling out for attention. So the safe talk comes in, then they teach you to spot the signs, and then you can dig further, and then you can intervene. So it's quite intense with the program that we work with, and again the coaches that work with these kids, because the stuff that you see as well, and you carry some of that stuff. So how do you deal with it when as a coach? And with Safe Talk, then we go through all of those things, so that you yourself as a coach, you are fine mentally as you go out and deal with these things. Otherwise, you perpetuate that trauma as well, because you failed to spot it. And if something does happen, then you blame yourself. It's heavy on you mentally as well. So it's important for coaches as well to have that outlet as we deal with these issues. Yeah.
And then coming back to Nomteto Pili, so hey family, thank you for the awareness. My partner is someone who doesn't want to talk about his problems, but I can see he becomes aggressive at times. Should I be worried?
Yes. I mean, the minute there's aggression, you should be worried. Aggression shouldn't be a normal reaction to anything. Unfortunately, we face a lot of problems in the country, and we are highly strung. And maybe couples therapy, couples counseling would help. Like I said, problems are so deep and so diverse that it's very difficult to answer these questions, as we have to dig so deep in order to find what the root cause is of this. So to just deal with aggression, yes, I understand that it's tough, and if conversations are failing and it turns into aggression, yeah, I would seek some sort of therapy or intervention. I'm not, I mean, we all always use the word therapy, but this can be going to one of your elders that is open-minded and willing to talk, so that we don't just have one opinion. You know, usually in a couple situation, it's very difficult because you know, it's a one-sided thing. So let's get in other opinions, but always speak to someone. Always speak to someone. And if the other party is not willing to speak to someone, that's a bit of an issue. Like I said, I'm not a marriage counselor. I must say though, part of the workshop and is actually, if you use some of, we talk about communication in the workshop, things to say to people and things not to say to people. And I feel like the ladies are very differently wired to men. Men are very opinionated, solution, driven. So if the ladies come up to the men, it's usually a case of, oh, I'm feeling this way, and you see the man looking up into the sky or looking down, and then 30 seconds later he says, okay, you should do this and you should do this and then do that and do that, and it's all. And the lady gets really upset about that, and the man doesn't understand why she's getting upset, and now you've got two people that are upset with each other for just simple communication. Like we said, men don't like to talk. We want to solve problems. Females like to talk and they want to be listened to. So sometimes just listening to someone and, with empathy and saying thank you for having shared that with me, even saying I don't know what to say is good on itself. So imagine if you come to me with a problem, I don't want to just speak gibberish and tell you, no, you should do this, you should do this. Say thank you for reaching out. I care for you. And I appreciate that you came, but I don't know what to say right now. It is still a form of sort of therapy where, because you've been listened to, you're appreciated, and you've got some things off your chest, right? And instead, as men, we will just throw the solutions and, So, yes, in terms of the person becoming aggressive, I don't have an answer for you. But speak to someone. That's my suggestion.
Mr. LINNO, I like it when you say you also teach people how to talk with people. It brings me to my next question that says, in your line of work that you're doing, creating hope for people, I want to ask Guti, how does a family, a society, social media, family, society, social media create all these suicidal thoughts?
I'm not sure I understand. Do you mean where do these suicidal thoughts come from? Yeah, I mean it can. I think we've touched on that. It can come from mental health conditions that are diagnosed, bipolar conditions, schizophrenia, psychosis. There's a variety of them that actually need medical intervention. There are suicidal thoughts from trauma.
What I mean, Mr. LINNO, is with family, family can give you thoughts whereby you want to kill yourself. That's what I'm asking, Guti. How can a family create suicidal thoughts, and how can a society on its own create those suicidal thoughts? How can a social media create those suicidal thoughts?
How do we create those thoughts? You mean as a whole? How does society?
Maybe let's say being a black sheep of the family can lead you to taking your life.
Becoming tired, actually, becoming fed up with what people are saying to you.
Well, it all stems down to that being trauma, right? Bullying is one of the things, and that's huge. Social media, and in my workshop, I give an example of, we're driving down the street, you're in your car, I'm in my car, and I cut you off at the traffic lights, or I do something, and what happens? Big egos in the car, and they're using language that we're not allowed to say, and I'll be, pulling my finger across my throat, I'm going to kill you, and waving fists. Yet, if we meet in the supermarket and my trolley bumps your trolley, we'd smile at each other and we'd be like, hey, are you all right? No, you go first. No, I go first. And it's quite a pleasant interaction. And that's because we are under the protective illusion of my 4 doors and a window, and now I've become this strong man, and I'm able to bully you, and you able to retaliate. And in a situation where we are not under that protection, we act very differently. We all of a sudden not as savage, and our egos are intact, and we smile at each other because we know the risk of, or the consequence of what we've just done in the car is not going to work in the supermarket. We don't know who's going to get knocked out. Is it me or is it you? So what do? We rather smile at each other, right? And now think of social media, for instance. That is even more protective than a car. You're sitting in your house with a fence and doors closed, and no one knows where you are and who you are. Imagine all the things I can get away with and the things I'm allowed to say. Imagine the negativity that's spread. We can't even say on social media that I like an orange without saying that I'm now discriminating against an apple. So I don't know if that sort of answers your question. Probably some of it, but I will also go into my brother took his life, and this is one of my reasons for having done this, right? It was a long time ago, and at the time there was a lot of stigma around it. So my brother took his life, and how I dealt with it was to say, well, he wanted to die, so, who am I? Or he was selfish. And that's a big stigma.
Kind of like someone is selfish. I love you. What about me?
What about So who's the actual selfish one? Is it me or So on a point which is quite it's a bit of a dark one, but people who are suicidal are not selfish, right? They're actually unselfish, and it doesn't occur to people because we like to deal with things differently. So it's easy to say someone is selfish, right? Because it alleviates any type of responsibility or hard feelings. But people who are suicidal, in their minds, they feel that everyone around them is better off without them. Okay, that is the impact, or that is the condition of, or their reasoning is that even lots of people, when someone has taken their life, say, oh, what about their kids, they were so selfish. Well, that person who's taken their life has such a low opinion of themselves and no hope and such darkness in their minds that they feel that even their kids will do better and prosper and be more happy without them. So I don't think, that's one of the stigmas, is that the whole selfish thing. So with my brother, it was also that, and I thought the same thoughts. I had those thoughts. I had to have had those thoughts and then educate myself and be able to step out of those stigmatic thoughts, and educate myself and be able to do this course. And I'm sorry, I went to my brother. I'm still answering your question, by the way. I know I'm jumping from one thing to the other. Okay. But with my brother, he was a bit of a naughty guy. He did nothing major. He didn't kill anyone. He didn't need to go to jail. But one of the, like you said, black sheep of the family. He wasn't the black sheep of the family, but let's say he seemed to have his problems that my other siblings didn't seem to have, and none of us knew that. His inner thoughts. It was just like, man, this guy is naughty. Why did he do this? Oh, man. And, and thinking back, I think, man, we shouldn't have judged him that way, man. There could have been a different approach. And he actually wanted to better his life. And he wanted to do good things. So he had these things and he wanted to do them. And he borrowed the car from my dad at the time. And he had a crash with a car. And we're like, he's trying to improve his life, it's nothing. It's not one of these times where he's misbehaving or what. And a day later, he took his life. He shot himself, So it brings me to that question of the black sheep. Yes. And so he didn't shoot himself because he was punishing us. He shot himself because he felt shame that he's trying to do everything to get his life on track, and now he takes the family car. It's not like we were rich or anything, and he smashed the car. It's like, no, he's taking his life, and he's, and now I see that he was not selfish. I see that he wanted to be rid of himself for our sake. So yeah.
I when I'm having such conversation whereby I learn a lot, I hate time. Right now,
sorry.
Because right now I'm thinking.
You thought DIKAANA spoke a lot.
Right now, Mr. LINNO and Mr. DIKAANA, I once had a thought whereas I was like, is suicidal really? Because in the Bible they say it's a sin.
Yeah.
To me, I was like, is it really a sin now, or it has now stopped being a sin, or it has now become a curse? Because for me, I feel like it long stopped being a sin, but now it has become a curse. You get what I'm saying? Because I mean, everyone they think like, okay, I'm better off in this world when it's like this. You get my point. But as we're concluding, I'd like to ask
before we conclude, we still have voice notes. Of course, we have people who want to ask questions. Of course, on what is happening. So let us play the first one and hear what they have to say.
Sanbonani, Broskies. I have a problem. I have a slight problem. I have a cousin of mine who wants to murder himself because of umfazi wakhe umshiyile for another man. So uthandi ibroski kakhulu. So I want you guys to please, I want you guys to tell him ukuthi killing himself is not a solution, and he still have a lot of people that will meet as he continues to live. Thank you, and let's tune in. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Please show him love, show him that you care. Sort of telling someone that suicide is not the way is. I get you coming from a good space saying that. But let's focus on showing him that you care, showing that you're open to listen, asking straight up, what is your plan? Because people who want to take their lives have a plan. They know what they do. They know when they want to do. They know how they do it. And let's speak about them. Ask those questions. Ask the person when, how, what. If it's with a gun, we know, okay, it's with a gun. Let's remove those means. If it's jumping from a bridge that he sees on the way to work, let's find another way to work. But let's keep the conversation open. Make the person, help the person trust and open up to you, so that if there are those thoughts, welcome that person to come and speak to you about those thoughts, right? Things not to say, say things like, I know how you feel. No, you don't know how you feel. Rather listen, open up. Like I said, let's not be solution orientated. Let's listen, let's embrace how that person is feeling. Make them understand that you're there for them. And that is one of the best things you can do. And please, SADC, if you can give their number out, I think I heard it in one of the ads just before the show. Please, they're one of your first people to call, and they'll guide you. But in the meantime, please be open, show empathy. Don't find solutions. There are no solutions for that feeling at the moment. It's just going to make the person more angry if you have solutions for them, right? Solutions come in long-term counseling.
Hope the listener is answered right there. So before we go to the second voice note, I want to come to Mr. DIKAANA and ask you this question. Has anyone, from your squash team, ever came to you, and spoke about something that's bothering them mentally?
Yeah, no. Our kids they're quite close with our coaches. So whenever there's issues, they'll come and talk to us. So for instance, the parents as well. The one parent called in to say, my daughter has stopped being vocal in Lynn. So can you please have a chat with my daughter? And turned out that there was sexual abuse involved. But that communication that we've built with the parents and the kids, so we can spot whenever there's an issue. And now with the workshops that we are attending, at least we know how to deal with it. But remember, I said for me, that's the worst thing you can do, self-harm and suicide. So we are on the other side of the spectrum where we're trying not to even get to that point. So we meditate in our sessions. We have sessions where we talk with them, where we can just, without training, just come and have a talk, and you can pick up in the conversations. And the more we talk, the more comfortable they get. So we've built those relationships. Because again, I won't lie, Kulele Soweto didn't have that as a kid, man. They used to beat me up when I didn't have to explain anything. And it's still like that. That trauma lives on. And if you're not careful, you raise your kids like that, and that trauma lives on in them. So now you had the one guy who, Mabalo, with a girlfriend, gets aggressive. Man, we don't know how to talk. Whenever, that's not our thing. Baba, we can show you mom, and that's it, you know. And that's a form of love to some women. You know, so I think we just need a lot of therapy as a country, man.
Yeah, true. Let's move to the second voice note.
Yeah, Mo. Hope everyone's good. I've got a quick question, but before that, can I just start off with a story? And I'm going to reference the late Patrick Shy. A few years ago, he committed suicide. So it's someone I knew personally. And he had a movement called Kulumandod. And that movement basically was advocating for men to speak up if they've got problems. So Kulumandod meaning speak up. And I felt as though he became a victim of the very same thing that he was trying to, cure amongst men, that men don't cry, men don't speak up. But I was shocked because I worked with him personally, and I knew the amount of passion he had when it came to uplifting and empowering young men. So as a result, if he took his life, I started looking at depression or keeping silent or the silent killer as something that's really serious. So my question to the audience is, I need to know what happens mentally when someone's going through that suicidal stage, and does it just start off as something that's suicide, or it basically corners that individual? It's something I just need to understand because, as mentioned, Patrick took his life and I was shocked, still am. Yeah, thanks for that. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, thanks for that question. It's also not a question that can be answered as an individual, as we're all different as individuals. DIKAANA had also mentioned self-harm before, which is one of the big indicators. So self-harm is also misunderstood quite a lot, and we need. So, for instance, self-harm is, and the difference between self-harm and suicide, because your voice note, the gentleman asked what goes through someone's mind, and I think we've touched on it quite a bit, where we said it's hopelessness. There is no hope. So and the reason I'm bringing self-harm into it is because self-harm, yes, it can shift over into suicidal thoughts. Self-harm is a lot of trauma in your thoughts. And when people cut themselves, that physical pain takes you away from that trauma. It's very hard to live with that trauma that's going on. So self-harm is someone cutting themselves, and the physical pain relieves their mental anguish. But eventually that also you need to do more and more of it, and that doesn't help, and then the risk factor to suicide becomes quite high. So we have different levels. We have your low risk, your medium risk, and your high risk. But if you're in any of those risk stages, it's quite volatile, because it's like a seesaw effect, where you're going from suicidal thoughts to suicidal actions. And then if you're in a thought stage, not the planning stage yet, and more trauma happens to you, you'll easily spill over into the high risk, where you're starting to plan. Whereby if you handle, or if you seek counseling, or good things, or so-called positive things happen, the risk factor may slide to low risk again, but you're on a constant seesaw. And this is why we need to treat the risk factors as soon as possible. And that's why we need to get people to speak, because we don't want to go from low risk to high risk. You know, we want to go from people who have high risk, and we need to slide them down the scale again. And if they down that scale, we need to maintain that.
Yeah. So asking again, because we know in this generation of these young people, it's so easy, you know, to not pay attention on what, the other person might be going through. So I just want to ask you, like, what age group, you know, is mostly common, like, coming when it comes to, you know, mental health issues?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Also, like DIKAANA had mentioned, I was doing this in the UK, and in the UK, they're one of the leaders in mental health training and pathways and things like that. And the reason I feel so strongly about it is because in the UK, they don't have half the problems that we have here. And when I came back to South Africa, I realized what a problem we have with suicide. It's almost triple the amount that we have, that they had in the UK. And and our suicide, I think, is grossly underreported. So we have a suicide, I think, every hour 1.6 people in terms of statistics, right? That's about 14,000 a year that we have in South Africa. And I think it's probably double that because people don't even admit that. And in the UK, the risk factor was people from 45 to 49, and our risk factor here is people is 15 to 29 years old. So with us in South Africa, it's our youth. And what does that tell you is that we have a lot of hopelessness in the country, and that stems from jobs and economy and crime and adverse childhood conditions. And guys, it's a collective. It also stems, this doesn't go as far back as current. This goes as far as back as apartheid times. You know, it's a system, and it's a collective ingrained in our minds. And it's not just so easy to get out. So we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, definitely. Because now time is not on our side, gentlemen. I would like to ask, Mr. DIKAANA, for one to come and join, the squash team. What is it that they need to do?
Just come to the squash contest. I've made it that easy. I've made it that easy. Just show up, and we've got a big mass participation program. We go to the schools as long as there's a center close by. And once you are in there, you can have access to all the programs that we have. So I make it as easy as possible. We've got a website, Egoli Youth Empowerment. It's and we've got Facebook, Instagram as well. So they can go on those pages and see where our locations are, and then they can come. Just come as you are.
So this we talk about hope. What DIKAANA is doing is something that gives the youth hope. He's giving them something that they may not have had, and now they've got hope. They've got communication. They've got people, doing the same thing, striving for something, and that gives you hope and motivation. And so he's the first line of defense. Having a program like that, he makes my job easy. Easy.
Most of it all, I think they are comfortable, of which that's what we want, comfortability.
So the last question to you, Mr. LINNO, and please tell people where they can find you, is we know that people are hesitant on opening up. Now, how do you, create an approach, or how do you get to approach someone who is really going through a lot and they can't open up? What is the approach?
Questions. Just ask questions, right? Lead with questions. Don't ask what's wrong. Okay, that's already a negative connotation. Don't ask someone what's wrong, because they immediately go defensive. Who says there's something wrong? How are you feeling today? How long have you been feeling like this? Have you felt like this before? You ask open-ended questions. Get people talking. If they don't talk with the first question, ask the second question. Once you've got a whole bunch of information and you want to narrow it down, ask your closed-ended questions. And obviously just don't be judgmental, guys. It's a long conversation. It's a long road, but we'll get there.
True. So where can people find you?
So I have a website called it's safetalk.co.za. I'm also on Facebook on Safe Talk, and all the links to the Facebook and Instagram are on the website. Telephone number is there. And yeah, please reach out. Let's see what we can do.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think we need more of this because
true,
the time, you know what? I
man.
would really need more of this.
We've learned a lot.
With you. Let's have it some other time.
Let's
Next
do
time.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need this. We need this to tell men out there, even ladies out there. But most people who are facing this problem, I believe, are men. But we should reach out to men. Thank you guys for honoring our invite.
Thank you for having us. We enjoyed it. Thank you guys.
So much.
Definitely. We're looking forward on having you guys back. That was Mr. DIKAANA, MTHOMBEN, and LINNO MULLER right here on Share Radio, brought to you by Share Online. We're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, you're going to be joined by Blade and Infinite Mafia that are going to be speaking with us. So please stay tuned.
Yes, Bafethu, this is your boy Andy Maandi. Catch me
guys.
every Thursday 2 p.m. Khona with the Broskies of Sotra, brought to you by Share Radio. We are fixing the country. Ungathasikjelanga atsiye kadas.
Have you ever wondered who's responsible for fixing the country? Of course. Join us every Thursdays at 2 p.m. as the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country one topic at a time. You are safe with us. Send your voice note on 061 524 7758 and let your big brothers take care of you.
Yeah. When the sins are. Yeah, but please, in my right mind, that's many right mind. But please, in my right mind, learning got no many right mind. Zang buzo shalo pay this spot, pay alone fun, pay good. Oh please, in my right mind, smelly right mind, that's learning got no smelly right mind, that's zang buzo shalo smelly right mind, but
tricky. She wants me to herself, kinda sticky. I'm focused on the billies, got me looking silly. She says she want me.
She like, please fuck her picky. Things a little tricky. She wants me to herself, kinda sticky. I'm focused on the billies, got me looking silly. She says she want me back behind the back, cause she needs me. Jeez, fuck around, I don't care if she sees me. When I send on with the flows and the gimmicks, bags full of green things. Yes, I'm on some big things. Yes, I plan it out, laid it out. It's a big thing. Yeah. Did I tell you about the girl that I saw just the other day? By the way, she looks cute when she far away. Bring a little closer, smell of bullshit a mile away. That's why I'm making this money on a daily basis. Cause I'm not going back to this poverty, honestly. So please, blow my right mind. In my right mind, in my right mind, that's many right mind. In my right mind, in my right mind, that's many. But please, in my right mind.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, tell him, man, yeah, let's go. Yeah, do it for money. At this point, I'm just chasing this hundreds. Yeah, I'm so hungry. Shawty bending for me if you want it. Nigga, I'm stunning. Came from nothing, we turning to something. Yeah, we out your honey. If you hate on the cruise, then they'll tell me something. Yeah, run it up, nigga, stash. Take the Henny, I don't need a dash. Yeah, walk around like I'm faded, I crash. Go to Louis, then get to the cash. Yeah, what you heading on? Bro, we get it on. We them niggas that run every season down. We them niggas that hunt every season down. We them niggas that walk with a shooting gun. Yeah. Tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, I'm with the goons, I'm with the crews. You better come with your crew. Ooh, yeah. Tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, bet you gon' find us a stew.
Anikaneti ngwana mchangana akane huma kiyani ukungathembi vutisa namani batakutshela kurini mani bathi bakwala veli banana ufuna yena umntana umanana uhlala kada yabona ngiphetha amagunzi yabona ngifake neboots ngibuye espanini yabona ngifuna lenyuku yabona lesicembe esinkulu mangafika amahata sahamba mangafika abantwana siyahamba ngibala nonkitsha kancane bakhipha amaposter basifake estudio bafuncula nami vele ngithulile ngizenza ipari okwamanje fele ningangihleka kusasa nongikhomba ngemini mikurifumela ifamba swing kari walo mani ukutibi
yeah, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, I'm with the goons, I'm with the crews. You better come with your crew. Ooh, yeah, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, bet you gon' find us a stew.
MC Moore and Bob Novella right here with a song and a title named The Bando Freestyle. Do make sure that you follow us on our social media platforms. We are share online on each and every social media platform. YouTube, we are share online. Facebook, share online. TikTok, share online. Instagram is also share online. If you want to get in touch with us via mobile, the number to call is 061 524 7758. 061 524 7758.
Oh yes. Remember, if you want to advertise with us, you can just call us or email us at shareonline.co.za. I repeat, at shareonline.co.za. And the number to call 078-281-0681. 078-281-0681. And we are joined by gentlemen here.
Yeah, without wasting any time, Bafetu, please do introduce yourself to the viewers.
Yeah.
The views and the lessons, everybody. Away, to salute. Ke Mafia. Oko Alex. Danko. Infinite Mafia. Alex, salute.
Yo, guys. Yeah, I go by the name of BLXDE.
Salute.
You're right.
Yeah,
here.
definitely. Nice having you, gentlemen. You know, because we just had two gentlemen right here. So, Fanaka Men's Conference.
That was deep, man. Deep, man.
Yeah, man. You know, so today's day is just men's conference. You know, we want to speak about, you know, whatever that is happening in our lives, in general, in the communities. Sure. So I just want us to, you know, just to get and know a little bit of you guys, and then what do you do? Let me start with you, my G.
Okay. Yeah, let me put it like this. You get me, like BLXDE and Tola is a kid that comes from a rough neighborhood, Alexandra. We're from Alex and Tola. So like, Tina, we all about Tola trying to uplift the youth because like nowadays no one cares about the youth and Tola. So yeah, Tina, we here trying to show that with young Tola, the youth must not lose hope and Tola. Try to come together and all that.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Already, sekakhulume yonke into. He said everything, man. Like, so Mafia, I'm an artist, yo, bafethu. Yeah, rap wise, yeah. So the music, the message, everything, le topic ya fandag, ya kopana. So it made sense for us to be here. Like, yeah.
Mafia and BLXDE.
Got NT,
Mafia,
those names got deep meaning.
Yeah, please take us through, guys. You know what came up to you guys calling yourself Blade. You know,
okay,
Mafia.
for me, Mafia. The name Mafia, it's all from Koskela because I have a thing for Scarface. You see, and Koskela, nekili like it's a two thing. But then on al machita and all. So machita re talk. When on al machita stout. Mafia. That's why I got the name. Like create like Mafia. Yeah. Like a Gemini, but I'm not a Gemini. But then so it's nice. Salute. And then the infinite one, because there's infinite. Infinite is the rapper, you see. Yeah. It's the rapper infinite, which means whatever reads on Fandak is forever.
Yeah.
Forever, man. Forever.
Nice.
Salute.
Yeah. Then Blade, man, tell us your story, man. How did the name come about?
It sounds dangerous.
It
is dangerous.
Nice and neat.
Like back in the day, like my father used to teach martial art. So now everyone back in the day they had this fantasy to Ele So I grow up like you know that movie? What's that thing like the one with the zombies? Owls and snipes. Blade.
Blade.
That movie. Yeah. So Hokas Navara Eliki Blade. So I had to put X. Blade X. Yeah, Blade X.
Guys, okay, guys.
So X like the meaning of like we're trying to conquer. We ain't here to play. X like is the meaning of all four kind directions of the world. North, east, west, south, all that.
It's deep.
Nice, man. Before we get deep into conversation, guys, do make sure that if you want to ask your questions, we are on YouTube, we are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook. Comment down below to ask Infinite Mafia and Blade X right here in the studio question that you want to ask. And if you want to call us or send your voice note to the number to do that is 061-524-7758. So, gentlemen, are getting motabing, guys. Like, what do you think is the most common problem right now in our youth?
Drug problem. Never change. Like 100 years to come, 100 years gomraho, we're still having like the same problems. Yeah. So for now, like plus lika sekitsong ko yona, you see,
Where are you from?
Ko Alex. Ko Alex. Yeah, ko Komora, bro. Ko Komora to. Yeah, so taba ya di drugs, like there's like these social thing.
So what is causing people like to get into drugs and all of those things?
Before that, before that, because you're saying drugs, ne?
Salute.
You say you are a rapper, right?
Yeah.
Do you do alcohol? Because with the drug, it has been declared that even weed is a drug, right? So that's why I'm asking: do you do anything that is a drug? Maybe alcohol, weed,
Like me personally.
Yeah.
Man, I plead the fifth, bro. I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
I plead the fifth. I can say that, I put me on the spot like that. But then, it's a common thing. Like everybody, the teacher next door, like they doing something. The police, so kinso common, like most most of us.
So when Blade, is there anything that is different to what Infinite Mafia is saying that you can raise about,
Me, I feel like it's pressure, bro. Like because like pressure, like if it's like they're doing some stuck up things because of pressure and so on. Because like what one next door is doing that, they don't know what young tola. Nalo muntu figure ganjan the riding young tola. They're trying to fit in young tola. The youth, everything we're trying to do, like we're trying to fit in young tola. I guess when I'm more this thing it starts with pressure. It starts with pressure, and you see Luti, as we were talking with Mr. LINNO, and you see Guti, I'm hopeless. Then you say, if I can't kill myself, then it's better if I go do drugs. As Udaide Mafia asked, you know what, we're facing drugs. As I'm saying,
because guys, they doing it. They broke, they doing it. So kinso come on, but like everybody's doing it. You see,
So are there any interventions telling or it's just people, they're just playing blind eye to say, what, hey, whoever is wanna do drugs, let them do drugs, But is there any interventions that are happening, maybe campaigns that are being, brought out to help these people to, come out of the situations that are coming from?
The thing, they do that, but then it's two sides of the same coin. One like, let them do whatever they do, and then like the people that actually care. You feel me? Yeah. So Lerona as the artists, like we actually care. These are things we talk about. So interventions they did, bro.
So coming to music, because you guys do music, right? So what role do you think music plays? But before kicking out on that question, I have my people on YouTube right here. Kenale Chantel. Blade X is very youthfully driven. Someone who has worked with him before, he definitely cares of the people around him. Is it true? Or social media.
No, it's not like that. Because okay, let me start to even get reading music. I felt like music nowadays is all about flexing and because now it's not like that back in the ghetto, because I want the music is all about money and all that and lifestyle it's for people who living that lifestyle. Back in fact to Hoka Sayu riding and no Lambos there, Brian. We struggling.
That's true.
So coming back to the question, Jorge, in terms of what is happening, and also the music also playing part. I want to also hear your answer. You know,
Salute,
what
salute.
music, you know, what part is music playing in this
Yeah.
whole situation?
And with your music, guys, ne, what kind of message do you send out there to the youth? What kind of message do you send out there to the youth, and what do you guys do to bring them back to life and tell them, with, hey yo, this is not about drugs. Life is not all about drugs and pressure, because I know getting pressure from the girls, you know.
For me, I have this song Cocaine. You see,
all right,
Cocaine. Everybody knows
Cocaine is
cocaine. As in like
Tonga.
coke. Like
Say it again.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
That's how the Colombians they call it cocaine.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of
cocaine.
You know, cocaine. What?
So cocaine nkabe ya jwang. It was one of those songs and aling the parts setting out.
Yeah.
For Mutewan, he's like, oh, he's rapping about drugs, obvious cocaine, one taller. And then Honalo Omung, he gonna get a different message. So the song, it was about this female, this chick. I had a thing for one taller. So Neki compare the the addictiveness. I was like a fiend, man. I was like a fiend. So until I keep on her music is powerful because somebody heard the song and it's like, hey, bro, like your mommy, it's like I listen, that was deep, bro. Because the addictiveness on tall. Yeah, the substance we own. At the same time, watch it's not like nah, give up. I'm just gonna get swallowed and all of that. You addicted, but then you wanna so you feel me? So music is powerful, bro.
Oh yeah, and
Music
for you,
is
Blade.
powerful,
On which topic about?
And
the,
like, what kind of you don't do rap, right?
I do rap.
I can even see on the comment section because Nighttime Story saying, are the artists going to rap for us? Well, yes, they can guide. We are here to fix the country. We are here to fix the country.
Do you have a song whereby you collaborate?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's the one we're gonna hear right after this.
Oh, you want something?
Yeah.
We'll do something.
Let's get
I will do something. I will do something.
And then moving on, we have Kimang Pielo Masike saying, proud of y'all both.
That's our
at
boy right
Infinite
there.
That's my little
and,
brother.
Blade X La
Yeah.
Familia.
Shout out to the Coyotes though.
That's
License to
family.
Drill.
That's family.
He comes back and say, at Infinite, when are you dropping the mixtape?
Kausani ntwana yaka. Kausani. Yeah, what's about the logistics? Sansari, you know. Not simple, huh?
Alright, okay, Kausan, I hope you are answered. Oh, these comments are coming in. And then Shacy Music, they both seem to have grown up in situation where they can speak on the reality of what happens as the youth and want to make it better.
That's so deep.
Is it true?
Deep. Yeah. That's deep.
But now, what is something, Alex, is really deep to a point, it becomes a poison on people's minds.
Yeah, because Alex, I know Alex is very dangerous.
Hey, Alex is very dangerous.
Dangerous as so, but then kikasi of it. So we got problems. Kikasi talk. Once all.
Yeah. So what solutions are people coming with to make kasi ele ibe better, friendship? Are there any solutions that people are, you guys, what are the solutions that you guys are actually coming with to make it, a better kasi for all?
Okay, Nkarifona as Kosaitenya artists from the artist side, but we're doing music. It's not just tracks, it's songs, and we're giving mans we are akhutato, bro. For me that's deep, bro.
Yeah, true.
Initiative Jacoba Nerabua, batting but who actually cares. Until Honale, there's this Barkima Bablinda Twala. Until only like some charity organization, and then he give out food and all, and then there's teachers there and there, he pays them, and then just aturuta bato pra one all. So but they doing
He's
things.
been a godfather of Alex.
But I believe the question people want to know, and also the question that people want to know is, do youth really participate in what you guys are doing? Like, as you are having awareness, right? Having awareness to the youth. Do they really come and say, hey, yo, we really want to change. We really want to be better people in life. Do they also cooperate with you guys?
I can say some of them, Angtola, not all of them, because like Angtola is Infinite said, some they be like, those niggas are crazy, Angtola. Like, someday they come up with, Bafetu, Angtola, into so, Angtola, can we do this, Angtola, to make this thing, Angtola, become better, Angtola, it's like that. Because, we here, we're trying to help, Angtola, omuntu ofuna usizo. If I ofuna usizo, mfethu, that's your own, bro. Like, Angtola, we ain't here to force you, though.
And then we have Nceba Sigedle. Shout out to y'all niggas at Infinite Mafia and Blade.
Salute.
Yeah, you guys, nabantu abanthandayo. And then we have Undalo Makanya saying,
That's
yes,
my
sir.
boy right there. That's my boy right there.
Ndalo Makanya saying, nice seeing you, bro. Finna come that side soon. Okay, you guys
you better come.
It's a reuniting. What do you call them? Reunion, right?
Yeah.
And then Nodu Unlimited says, why did you guys choose to do good? And do you not feel like you are missing out sometimes?
Valid.
You have to do good, bro. Like, you have to. It's tough. Like, you have to. You have to. Young, bro. Like, it's tough. You just have to. You hang with the bed. It's nice for Nako Ele, but then, you good, you survive for a lifetime. You feel me? Yeah, dog. A bed, like, join a machita. At the end of the day, we using there, we broke. So, be good. Be good.
Until you gotta do good.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Just do good, dog. Just do good.
Nice. So, Blade Winner, do you ever feel like you're missing out sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes I do. Like, there's like I won't say it's pressure because like like sometimes ngithola kunezinto vele uzozenza ngithola because we are alive, bro. Ngithola you can't run away from those things. Sort of like maybe chicks or whatever ngithola.
But at running away from drugs.
Yeah, we have to run away from drugs, bro. Yeah, ngithola. It's like
definitely. I'm actually loving, the engagement with the people on YouTube, guys. Please do make sure that you keep those comments coming because the guys are here to answer for you. We have the mafias here and the Blades in the studio. So Kat says Infinite Mafia and Blade X being flagship artists for upcoming artists. Do you guys agree on that?
Bro. Yeah, that's deep.
I'll take that. Yeah,
true.
I'll take that.
We're trying to move the culture to a better way because like even like music those big artists libona baqala kufana njengathi saying we're gonna change this, but immediately when they make it big bafihla that they forget about their neighborhood ukuthi baphuma vaya and they forgot ukuthi thina we are the one who make them to be there because we fans, we support them immediately when they make it they be like nah, we don't care anymore.
True. It's tough. Before we go to an ad break before we go to an ad break, I have a question from Nighttime Story. Why did y'all choose to be different, man?
You gotta be different, bro.
You're just born with it. Now go dog little situation, just think dog like ntozo kopanang litsona, bro. Yeah, like also there's something you have to take from whatever situation no look on, and you always have to look for the good. That's the way it is. For me, your kids.
Let us take a short break and then come back. We're going to continue with our conversation. Still in conversation with the one and only Infinite Mafia and Blade right here in the studio. Please do make sure that you subscribe right there on YouTube, and you have on Facebook, follow and like the page and also comment. Right now, let us take a short break and then come back. We're going to continue with the conversation.
Yes, Bafetu, this is your boy Andy Maandi. Catch me every Thursday 2 p.m. Konala with the Broskies of Sotra, brought to you by Ishe Radio. We are fixing the country.
Have you ever wondered who's responsible for fixing the country? Of course. Join us every Thursdays at 2 p.m. as the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country one topic at a time.
You are safe with us. Send your voice note on 061-524-7758 and let your big brothers take care of you.
Depression and suicide are serious issues that affect many people. If you're feeling alone or hopeless, know that you are not alone. There are people who care about you and want to help. If you're struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts, there are resources available to help you. The South African Depression and Anxiety Group offers a 24-hour toll-free emergency helpline for suicide crisis support. Call them on 0800 567 567. Remember, you're not alone. There is hope and help is available.
A 12 from Za featuring Maperet and Flesh Master featuring Lone Wolf Beats Bati Badila Midlala Badila. If you're watching right now on YouTube, please do not forget to subscribe, to share online, and also if you're on Facebook, do make sure that you like the page and follow us. If you want to call us in right now and speak with the guys, the number to do that is 061 524 7758. 061 524 7758.
That's nice.
Ho! One of the best local is Lekker. If you want to submit your music right here and we play it for you each and every time when we are live on our shows, you can simply go visit our website, which is www.shareonline.co.za. It's www.shareonline.co.za.
Yeah, 061 524 7758. That's where you'll get to leave your voice note and also leave your comment on WhatsApp. 061 524 7758. If you want to grow your business with that, remember to advertise with us here at Share Online. It's ads. Send us an email at ads@shareonline.co.za. Ads@shareonline.co.za. And the number to call is 078-281-0681. 078-281-0681. And we're still live with the Gen Zs.
Gen Zs.
Yeah,
Gen
Gen
Zs.
Zs. Who are
Gen
here to
Zs,
fix the
man.
country. The Gen Zs are here to fix the country with us as we are touching on a topic of social illness with Amagents. Amagents, as we were still talking, do you have any experience of social illness?
Yeah. Like,
And please
like
share,
personal or
please make it personal and general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nka ithoma jwang, bro. Like the social illness, the problems of the social life. So at the end of the day, I'm human. I'm born here. I was broke.
Still broke, but we go change it.
So kids on a lot so Machita Spani, my sister was Spani. Key problem. Those are like don't know. Chokoba kichokere ki these are problems telling that the gas vai.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the gas vai. No matter how rich I can get, I can be able to like personally like 2, 3 and like but then problems they'll always be there. They'll always be there. Bro.
And you play, and how do you solve those problems, man? And how do you
do good? Do good, bro.
True.
Do good. Pay la me talk. Just pay la bro.
Blade, and with you, my man. How do you solve those problems? Do you ever experience the social illness problems?
Yeah, I do, bro. I'm like depression and anxiety. I'm telling all that, bro. I'm telling, it's kind of tough, né? Because like let me talk like personal, like through. I'm telling because like we used to have one of our homies, Roman X, we were all together in this music thing, we started it way back, so when they were okay, untwana uyashona this year, so like I died in Shapile, in another way, because like I never thought something like that could happen, because like we had a dream one day we're going to be there together and we go make it. After that, Infinite was the one and was like, yo, bruh, the nigga ain't here anymore. So like so I was thinking a lot. I was depressed with like why sometimes like you're trying to test us or we're Spanish. So, but like I try like to meditate.
We lost the homie. Nakula, so that's a problem on its own. Until like diseases and so I know.
So by any given time, have you ever guys thought about giving up?
Nah.
Never.
I like it. Carrot and two kids out. Never what I'm doing, man.
Infinite, by the way, it says the name says Infinite, right?
I love what I'm doing, bro.
Because if let's give up, he won't be here even right now. Even this moment, won't exist. If you were like, nah, so we here to fight.
Plus, like the role model, like the important, like that is very, very important. Now we look up to certain people, and be like, yo, I want to do that because he's changing lives. And so on the artist side, there's artists, I know. They don't have the financial muscle, but then they respect by Tolanko Strating. That's priceless. You feel me? So do good.
So I have a voice note, but before I go to the voice note, Blade mentioned something before we go to the break. There are guys, whenever they become big, they actually forget, about the culture. They actually forget about, So what message do you guys have for them, and what is it that you guys want to do that's new and that's different from what the guys are doing?
Me, first of all, I can say they fake, man. For real. So I'm say it straight up. They fake.
So does that mean you don't agree that money is the root of evil?
Yeah, but I still want it.
No, like you need it to survive, because in this world you have to survive. I'm telling you, in the jungle, so in the jungle, try to make something to eat. So I can't say money is evil, because in the end of the day I need it to survive. That's reality.
I mean, 25K said two-headed goat, bruh. Zaga Sisilo Maraga change abo pay. Understand? You can continue, Michael.
That's true. Nek batlo gore there's okay, are They change. Quote me. I don't want no beef, yo.
Nah, we ain't beefing. Yeah.
I'm at the state as a not up and coming artist, but artist Kimo. I don't have the financial whatever. But then obvious, soon as give it out on a certain level, the certain topics then because I live a different lifestyle.
That's
things
true.
change. What's about Plomang change, you see, yeah. So ish. It's deep,
You know,
it's
the
deep,
verse that says
That's
more
deep,
money,
man.
more problems.
That's deep, man.
More money, more let us know. We have a voice note right here. Let's listen to it.
Yo, what's up? This is your boy, Direct X, all the way from Alexandra, Gomorrah. You know, I just want to say, I'm very much proud of you, gents. And Infinite, can't wait for the mixtape.
It's the bomb.
Mr. Playdex, 15 December, obviously, dropping 2.
Yeah,
you know,
salute.
Chronicles.
Salute.
So I can't wait, Buffett. But then, now your music inspires me. You know,
salute.
Shapaga message, especially you, Infinite. Like it's deep.
That's it.
You know,
Yeah,
it goes beyond. Like,
Salute.
eh,
Salute.
yeah, man.
Absoluut.
Yeah, we live in alive and kick here. But then, I'm proud.
Salute.
I never stop moving.
Never, bro.
Never, baba.
Salute.
Danko.
061-524-7758 is the number to send your voice note on. 061-524-7758. Hey man, Gomorrah stand up, guys. You know,
Stand up.
Gomorrah Raimuka is here. You know, we can
Stand up,
man, because you know people are being touched out there. You know, which is something that I want to get deep into. You know, like in terms of when like people are really touched about your music, guys. So what is the process, man? Like what inspires you guys to go deep into the lyricism and write about, you know, everything that is happening?
Yeah. For me, like I'm a Gemini, bro. I'm not a Gemini. You feel me? Number one, some people though they just conscious, bro. And then we see things, we're able to articulate, reading say like you feel me? Yeah, talk. And then the situations are everyday things, bro. Yeah. And so the Lambos and the Benz, like Okaswaleka lifestyle, it's not yours and not everybody live there. But then if I say I'ma kill you, everybody but say everywhere. So I'm able to relate to everyone. You feel me? Yeah. Like for me, like, it's all though. It's all.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Played.
Salute.
Yeah, I can say like me like on this music thing. Because like even I said, we have different type of music and styles and all that. So that's why I felt like I'm fitting. Let me talk about because you can't run away from it. So I kind of find it useless for me to be flexing and all that. I'm like, what the hell, bruh?
For what?
For what, man? We cool with Drake doing that, but you get me, but we want some Kendrick type of stuff. We're trying to uplift the black community and all that. It's deep.
I think there's something, you know, we are not really mentioning because, you know, when it comes to influence, you know, especially in this generation right now, it's something it's not time to kulumanga, you know, which is women. You know,
and that one is a big impact.
So when you like, in terms of women, have you ever guys, or are you guys in a state of, you know what, we still call them, you know, the B's and the S, you know, those weights, or you know, there's some kind of respect that you guys give them. You know, what's the situation like right now?
I mean, I do have respect for some of them.
What do you mean for some of them?
Because not all of them that they're acting the same way. So sometimes you gotta be straight up, be like, hey, yo, young tall, it's like that because like it's the way they live, young tall. That's why we call them that, young tall. But like I do respect them, young tall. In that point, young tall. We have to respect them, but the way they act, like they don't give a damn. So how can we respect them even when Abanga's respecting Ogwabo in the first place? That's hard for us with this respect.
For me, if you're dealing with a limruti,
Yeah.
o tlo mo tshwara check ka moruti. If you're dealing with a criminal, litsotsi,
Yeah.
o tlo mo tshwara so.
Language for each of
Yeah,
them,
I know.
right?
So if you're dealing with a cool female until like queens, like re toba fa di crowns a bona, and then a re dila le ba le ba bang cause le bona, you know, they call it now you broke, and then no batla cause yeah. And so if you're dealing with a cool female, it's a queen, umkaya like give her props, and then if you deal like olomong like
deal with them with their own language.
Yeah, because you guys obviously are artists, you know.
Yeah, we have to be real at the end of the day, you feel me?
A lot of people have this idea, you know, artists baphela blapha nje, you know. So now I want to know from you, Hore, do you guys do the house parties, the drugs,
no,
a
I'm
lot
broke.
of women?
Can't afford that, I'm broke.
I mean, if you do them, I believe Gucci, there are ways, since you are the people who are spreading awareness. I believe Gucci, there are ways whereby you're doing them in a proper way. If you do them, I mean, you guys are Gen Zs, right? I believe
He's a Gen Z. They both Gen Zs.
Yeah.
I'm their uncle, man. I'm their uncle.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I believe even if you do those parties, there are ways that you do them. You do it in a proper way because you guys are spreading awareness.
It's a
You don't
message,
allow Gucci, yo, nizoheva. You know,
there's a certain point. Okay, we don't
there
cross
are boundaries.
like that.
Yeah.
But then it's a hard because Lina been le machitamang like we record, we do all of that. And then rona ko site nya rona ko Alex when we work re kontlung or whatever re leng ko teng, we like three. It's me, my producer, my nephew, and then Raspan, because nobody's smoking, nobody's drinking, none of that. But then, ako na babang, like, yo, kiplomil machita, ba itanto yabo, like, yo, the artists. And then, at the end of the day, cannot. You know me? Everybody on or something, but then there's certain things like you never change. You feel me? Never.
But now it speaks to the influence. Like, are you guys easily influenced by what you see, or
only good?
I never.
You're not easily influenced by negative things that happen around you.
Yes.
So how do you guys, discipline yourself?
I mean, first of all, I don't give a damn. That's why. And so, like, I don't care because in the end, like, everyone could do whatever they wanna do. Like most of the time, I do me. And told, and pay umuntu or young taller on the other side with twins and I don't care about a person. It's
deep.
like that.
It's deep, man. It's deep.
Okay. You wanna say something? All right. I have a comment from Shacy Music saying, "What happened to you that made you realize to make music your microphone to spread the message?"
Yeah.
Almost said spread
I
your leads.
talking to this brother here.
I believe it's a question based on you.
What happened to you?
I feel like you got a thing, man.
So like, we've been working together. Okay, let me start, like, because like I feel like I'm taller. Our message I'm taller down here in the south I'm taller. We don't have that enough message I'm taller ekhulumizing to Isga so because like music I'm fit dog I'm fit I'm taller. We don't beef with whatever they doing I'm taller. It's just like I'm taller. They don't care. I'm taller. My tina we trying to come up and say oh bra so because like I'm umamela my piano fit the whole year. What's up with that? I don't beef with them I'm taller, but sometimes goodness cut line now feel as a person with your talk. I'm thinking about my life. I gotta relax. I'm trying to see a way forward. I would enjoy your jive and that don't make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Next person repeat the question.
The question from Shacy Music. What happened to you that made you realize to make music your microphone to spread the message?
I just have a thing for the arts. Yeah. Kinto ya rona tjeko ba ke you have it, you have it. You know, at some point utlo ya ko yona or re tlotla ko wena. You know, le.
All right, let's play a VN here and hear what the people have to say.
Hi guys, quick question. You guys saying you fixing the country. So my question is, why did you choose rap or hip hop? Because we know that rap is associated with young people, and we all know that, like, the things that young people do or hip hop artists on gigs, outside gigs, because it's all about having different women, it's all about the vibe, it's all about things like that. Why did you choose hip hop or rap, not things like your R&B or soulful music or gospel. I'm talking about genres that speak to the heart.
Hip hop speaks to the heart too.
Yeah.
Like it does.
Casper way.
Why especially hip hop?
Okay, for now was influence more on the hip hop side, so it was easy for me to. For me, hip hop influence.
Okay.
Me, I can say like I'm telling like hip hop is global, bruh. I'm telling like so like I feel like hip hop is the best platform that we can push this message. Because even things that we do most of the time, it's because of hip hop.
The fashion.
Things we do most of the time. It's because of hip hop. Please elaborate that one.
Lifestyle.
Right.
Everyone wanna be
Type
shit. Yo,
Type
man.
shit.
I'm taller. Yo,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
gotta chill out, man.
Yeah.
I'm taller. So like most of the time, even drugs, I'm taller, because like you find music like Juice WRLD, I'm taller about Triple X. They're talking about taking drugs, I'm taller, doing suicide. Young Tola, now you're going to imply that thing because you feel like it's a normal thing. Because they talk about
role models.
Young Tola, role models.
Role models.
Yeah. It's like that.
And then we have Tumza 6 at yo broski still tuned into the show young Tola Tola my G and then Snai Uspong Iseni Malinga. I can't wait for the mixtapes tomorrow. I'll be jamming it the whole December.
Salute.
Just like the first one. Shout out at Mafia the Dawn. Danko is thank you.
Danko.
But you know guys,
Danko.
people have been, like actually giving good remarks on your music. Can you guys, because Tina, as you know, this show is dedicated into fixing the country, you know, and actually speaking to, young people who are facing problems. Do you have, can you guys recite, some of the, lyrics from your songs that speaks about struggles and, how, lifestyle in the township is like?
Okay. I'm dropping a mixtape and talk. A15 is called Chronicles. So in Chronicles you find songs like Battle of a Soldier. Battle of a Soldier is about someone was living a hard life. So obviously like leyo muntu loyo ube nomntwana obviously no mfethu as a abantwana they don't understand but sometimes endlini akunakudla ngithola umntwana ufuna ukudla makafuna ukudla it doesn't care ukuthi yo time akana mali ngithola all that. So this nigga like had pressure and ngithola he had to go out and hustle ngithola in a crime way. He end up dying. That's a battle of a soldier. Every day you gotta struggle. Until you gotta hustle. I meant to say. Yeah,
interesting.
Every day is a hustle.
That's deep.
So you Infinite, do you have like, what are the songs that speak to people, generally in what is happening here in the township?
It don't matter how you finna play, I always win. I'm the ocean, the wave, the tides, you can barely swim. Maybe some studio time, buy me some Louis Vuitton. From Mafia to Infinite the Dawn. I'm regulating my gangster rapping is money caption. My conversations so full of passion, a lot of feeling. These people trapping, they busy capping it, so I'm asking. Questions fairly, but never barely a Machiavelli. Put my ski mask, I rob the place and hit the telly. Like, okay, there's this line. I'm still here.
It's hard.
So there's this line. Maybe some studio time, buy me some Louis Vuitton. For me, your hustle, you can give what's yours. Simple as that, bro.
Straight up.
So for me, that's what I'm saying to them. Keep doing your thing. Salute.
Yo, gentlemen, because now ish nako yare sharp, I just want you guys give out the message. What is it that you want to say to people out there, to someone who's listening, and also a message that you want to spread, using this platform back to their Kokomora. What is the message that you guys have? Like, use this time we are giving you.
And also for people here in South, because you want to spread the word even here in South, right?
So everybody, Kokasi, the burbs, everywhere, just keep your head up. Everybody knows we got problems, but then just keep your head up, but just keep surviving. Rona, we here just to give mansu au, but then at the end of the day, it's up to you. So you just gotta keep your head up. Salute.
Yeah.
Any last words, Blade?
Any last words,
man? Give them
Makatazi.
hope. Give them hope.
Yeah, you gotta give them hope. Like I feel like Angtola, most of the people back Angtola in the neighborhood, like Angtola, they have forsaken in their dreams. Angtola. So like I want Angtola like to keep on pushing, bruh, Angtola, because like you can't just wake up another day and think you go be a millionaire. You gotta work hard to get there. Because of now they started financing art.
Yeah.
There were negative thoughts and all that. You ain't gonna make it. Stop that. Isn't the villain artist's face? Be like, I'm fit to you. Ain't go work. So me, I'm trying to say, yo guys, we gotta fight. Keep on pushing. That's the movement.
Keep on pushing. But yeah, before we close, guys, you guys came with someone here, you know, and you would like to. Who's the guy?
That's my nephew.
Before shower last night.
Get in the mic, man.
Trap does a rap. That's what you do, my God.
He raps now.
No, introduce yourself.
He raps now. Told him to stop that trap thing, man. Yeah, he's a rapper now.
Introduce yourself, my guy. And tell us
man.
who are you and give us some lyrics.
Yeah. I bet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out to like the show, and that's a great show.
Thanks,
I go by Anti the Realist, you know, never fake. Anti, A-N-T-I. Yeah, the Realist, never fake. Right. Keep it real.
You gotta need it. It's an antidote. Antidote. You can't live without it. You gotta have it.
So I mean, like I've been listening to the show. That show's
you
good.
do rap or trap?
I rap and
You
produce.
rap.
I make beats and I'm a rapper.
You know, we didn't ask like the most important questions, man. You just got carried away with the Blade and the X's and the Mafias. Like, how did you guys meet, actually? You know, like
we family.
We brothers, bro.
One family.
One surname.
No.
It's my nephew.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Dang. I mean, when I say one surname, I mean like from one grandmother or one grandfather.
One great mother.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys share the same vision.
Yeah.
Was grandma a rapper?
You don't know. Maybe back in the day. Yeah.
Never know.
But like music wise, like everyone in their bloodline, because like Snaboma Uncle, DJ Tulan, they pushing music, you got the Prince of Newtown, you can check that nigga. Like is like music, it's been there.
It's been there.
Yeah.
So what is the plan for you guys to keep it going and the journey, you know, to stay alive up until it's being, you know, it's passed to another generation?
You gotta be relevant.
Same thing I had in mind.
You don't have any kids, right?
Yeah, we don't have no kids, right? At the moment, we don't need them.
Yeah, man. No girls. No kids. No girls.
No kids. We have girls.
No, not a girl.
I have a girl. I don't know about him.
Girls. Because I'm a king. A king doesn't need no one girl. Ain't no vision in it.
Yeah, plus we had this conversation, you know, at 11 o'clock. There's this show that's called Sisterhood, right? They were speaking about polygamy and monogamy. So which one do you believe in? Do you believe in polygamy or monogamy?
It's terrible.
Polygamy.
Yeah.
Mono.
Mafia. You are infinito and a polygamy.
Just said it.
Infinite.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, as we're closing it, guys, where can people find you, man? Where can people find you?
As we're closing it.
Yo, you can get us
on
the social, like Instagram, BLXDE, BLXDE Twala,
Yeah.
You can Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm not even a fan, but we just doing it. You can get us on Audio Mac, and SoundCloud is where we drop our music as upcoming artists. You won't find us on Spotify. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
Too expensive.
Your socials.
Yeah, same thing. Anti the Realist for all social media platforms like Audio Mac, Facebook, YouTube, and Anti the realist. I made it like
It's Infinite Mafia. I was about to say Infinite Mafia.
Straight up.
Infinite Mafia. All right, we have some comments before we close. We have nighttime story. When is the live ending? Let's hope you call them again, because hey, it was nice.
We have to come back.
Yeah, let's give you some pop.
Yeah, gotta come back.
Indeed, man, indeed. But yeah, man, nighttime, we are going to end it right now at 4 o'clock, man. Unfortunately, we don't have another extra time, you know. And then Pihelo Masike saying, made in the A. Thank you, Share Online, Broskies of Sotra, for giving them the platform, man. It is our pleasure, and thank you for blessing us with your presence, Bafetu. And the nighttime story, what are you going to do different to be more successful? Hey, I wonder where is this one coming from? But it's the question for you guys. Yeah, what is it that you guys are going to do different to be more successful?
As we closing,
be yourself.
Yeah, gotta be yourself.
Be yourself, guys. Yeah.
Because you're not going to crack because you are you.
Yeah,
you're not
straight up.
So yeah, just be you.
All right, Bafetu, I think that's where we end the show, and we'd like to say thank you so much for coming.
Shout out, man. Shout out.
Thank you to the show too.
For
having us. Yeah, we gotta come back.
Shout out. Yeah, you have to come back. And thank you so much to the people who joined and gave them the support. Do not forget to subscribe. And maybe some other time we're going to have them sometime next year, because next year it's all about the new journey, new beginning. So we would love to invite you guys again right here on Share Radio, brought to you by Share Online. From me, Moeketsi Maimane, aka Max for Maximum Temperature, signing out.
Oh yes, I go by the name Black Manning, the peacemaker, the great messenger of all time. Peace out, homies.
Yes. You're listening to Share Radio, the best online visual radio station in town. Tune in now and enjoy the best music from around the block. This is Share Radio.
Come take it.
What's the charge on that guy?
Loitering in a drug-free zone. Failure to yield, failure to obey.
What's any of that to in court?
Doesn't go to court. Pulls them off the street till they see the court commissioner in the morning. They drop the charges.
Word to my mama, we're making it out. I'm something like a goblin eating on beats. Lately I've been really pissed that rappers are telling a lie. You know really from the hood, bacon and eggs how you grew. What you really know is slugs. Animation it's not that. What you really know are plugs. Flipping the dope in the cash. Lately I've been really pissed. People be fake, two-headed snake. Let me relax, just get to the back. Tattoo parlor started up. Have it and gave me cash. Cutting on beats I create. On frequencies to make you strong. Watch how I move in the street. Collecting my money, I'm Debo in it. Flows in my heart as my jewelry check. Dirty Magella collecting the check. Lately I've been really pissed, feeling like hitting a lick. I need my money in purple and blues. In love with the honey like Winnie the Pooh. Lately I've been really pissed, feeling like hitting a lick. I need my money in purple and blues. In love with the honey like Winnie the Pooh. I'm going, I'm pushing, I'm vibing, I'm thriving. I am not Ivan, I'm Steven, no hiding your bitches. I'm fucking while dating your sister. One poison, I'm Hitler, one born like a leech. I am no trapper, I'm probably rapping. No trappers, I hide it, I'm swagging. Hated the jealous fumes, look at me killing slick vroom. Look at me going, I'ma be blowing. Writing my music, I'm learning. Open your eyes and observe me. Take the page and pay the price. Rapping princess, rolling blunts toward me and roll the dice. Thinking clear, thinking vivid. Only business, I'm unveiling teenagers, villagers. Random place I had a hit. Lately I've been really pissed, feeling like hitting a lick. I need my money in purple and blues. In love with the honey like Winnie the Pooh. Lately I've been really pissed, feeling like hitting a lick. I need my money in purple and blues. In love with the honey like Winnie the Pooh. Jump in a cargo, will slide. Taking your cargo was mine. I'm hitting a lick with a smile. Gun on my hip is not mine. Rolling a blunt to get by. Mask on my face on the J's. Especially your bitch I don't catch. Feelings not getting involved. Sliding on hard and I dash. Like drinking on nigga I dash. Away on my heart on my chest. The sofa when shiny as fuck. Lately I've been really pissed, feeling like hitting a lick. I I need more money in purple and blues. In love with the honey like Winnie the Pooh. Lately I've been really pissed, feeling like hitting a lick. I need more money in purple and blues. In love with the honey like Winnie the Pooh. Jumping on a cargo slide, jetting your cargo was mine. I'm hailing a lick with a smile. Gun on my hip, it's on mine. Rolling a blunt to get by. Mask on my face, I'm like Jace. Smashing your bitch, I don't catch. Feelings not getting involved. Sliding on hard and I dash. Like drinking on nigga, I dash. I wear my heart on my chest. It's sulfur and shiny as fuck.
You know you wanna join the Creative Corner every Tuesday, where we vibe with the coolest creators.
But nah, you are too busy catching up on Umkosi, celebrity news and the headliners on the Trusted Talk Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Embrace your feminine side with the ladies of Sisterhood, Thursdays at 11 a.m. talking about everything women go through.
Join Amachita, Amahrotmane, the Broskies of Sotra, fixing the country, one topic at a time, Thursdays at 2 p.m.
Get ready to spice up your sex life on the 8th hour every Thursday at 8 p.m. where we get down and dirty with the hottest topics. It's all things sex.
Start the weekend early with the feel-good vibes of Kasi Lifestyle Show Fridays at 2 p.m. Put on your dancing shoes, feel the music and connect with the best artist Mzansi has to offer.
And if you're still not satisfied, you can learn a thing or two about living wild, young and free with Ama 2K Saturdays at 11 a.m.
And for all you bookworms, relax your Saturday with On Writing at 2 p.m. where you can learn from the best writers and storytellers.
All this and more on